Thank you, Gold Chick. It ain't gonna let it is. Hey Dale, it's not showing up. It's not coming up. So I'll have to just do with what I can here. So hey C4, thank you for coming. Wendy, Beto, it will not show up. I tell you, I changed the title a little bit, Gold Chick, just in case, but I think they're wise to me, you know. They may not let this thing stream because I'm not seeing it on YouTube. I think I'm going to title it something different because they're not letting me do it. Oh, there we go. We finally did. Finally showed up. How about that? Because I did change the article's name. So hey Mark B, thank you for coming. Eagle Steve, thank you for coming. I'm finally getting the real chat up here. Hey Nickel, thank you for coming. Yeah, Gold Chick, they would not. I had to change that title before they'd let me get it in there. I'm like, okay, I guess I should have known better, right? Yep, that's for sure. So let me put a link up there so if somebody wants to come up and join me, and I'll get up here and I'll turn my camera on here in a minute. Oh, that's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Talking about being, yeah, buddy. Yep, Eagle. Yeah, I bet they do, Gold Chick. Yeah. It's been a crazy, crazy. All right. I am going to open up my camera here, and so we can do some checking. Let's see here. Camera, mute, start camera. There you go. All right. How about that? Finally got it. Mark, I was talking about, it's called The Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars, is the name of it. Hopefully she'll show up. But this thing was written in 1954. And it was released, and it just started showing up on the internet. And I got a copy of this. There's a few others, and there's some pages. I'm going to post this whole thing, the link to it, to the whole thing, but I'm going to label it different so it'll stay there. And I'm going to read a few pages on this because it's quite long. It's like 46 pages, and so there we go. Yes, my name is Roxanne Eagle Steve. Hey, Mr. Chubby Hubby. I'm very well. Where's the red robe? I didn't have time to go get it today. There we go. There's Eagle. Let's do, there we go. Nickel Stacking. Thank you, Nickel Stacking.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing, brother?
I'm just can't wait till the government shuts down so they won't take any more of my rights away.
Oh my God. You know, do they really shut down, or they just tell you they shut down? I don't think they really do.
They're set to shut down unless the Senate's trying to get a deal, some temporary deal to keep it going. But the Speaker of the House, some of them's told him if he doesn't stick to his guns, they're going to replace him. So he may have to do it. And I'm always happy when it happens. That's all I can tell you.
Well, I do too. And you know what I heard today? And this was on Blaze TV. And I was listening to Blaze TV that the Biden administration, yesterday or day before, had the Silver Wolverine, thanks for coming in, had the guys in green suits down there, the Border Patrol, had them come in there, the Federal Border Patrol, and had them cut the razor wire so they could bring in all the illegals at Eagle Pass. Can you believe? Hi, Barbara. Yeah, I made it back. I finally got this thing going. I had to change some stuff. Can you believe that they're actually doing that?
Yeah. It's killing. It's killing some of the towns in Texas.
Yes, it is, and that's what they want. They want to destroy. They want to make sure that Travis County, what the hell's Houston County, Harris County. They want those counties to go completely blue so they can control that state.
It's close. I looked at the last election. I looked at the results in the counties, and I mean, it is razor wire thin.
Yep, it is. It's getting bad. And you know, if they get Texas to fall, you know, the rest of the country will probably fall in line with them. It's not going to be good. I can't shut it down until they close the border. Yeah, that's what I say, Seagull Steve. They got the military there. I don't know why they're letting. I don't know why they're letting these federal agents do that. I think the government, the Texas government, needs to come in here and stop them. This is ridiculous. They're breaking the law and they're just doing it, you know.
Gentlemen, how are you?
Hello,
I'm doing
Dale.
well, Dale. How you doing?
Good, guys.
I brought this article in. I was going to read some of the highlights of these.
I got to about page 7. I get the gist of it. It's stuff that I heard, you know, as far back as the 90s that I didn't doubt. Do you notice the family that funded and pushed it through, Rocky?
Yep, I sure did. If you read pages 10 through 13 and 14, or 9, 10, 11, and 12.
I got to somewhere around 10. I have a handheld right now. My laptop, I've got to get it. I got something going on with it, and it's too new to replace. So it's hard to read on handheld when you're trying to read documents, as you know.
Right, exactly.
I get the gist of it.
And so I was going to say also too, hey, Mike, thank you for coming. You know, Thursday, which is the 21st. Well, I set my phones up, all my computers and everything up because I turn everything off and stuff like that. And I put my phone in a Faraday bag, and I had hey, Steve, hey, thank you for coming there, Steve. And I had my phone in a Faraday bag. So my phone was kind of dead to the world. So I took my phone out Saturday, and to keep all this stuff that was supposed to be coming in. Yeah, that's right, Beto. And when I turned my phone on Saturday, it automatically downloaded into my phone. And what they downloaded is some kind of security into the security files. It was mixed in with into the security. I do not know what it is.
You mean your update when your phone updated? Yeah.
Yep. They updated. I couldn't stop it.
No, you can't. We can't stop it. If like we wouldn't be able to use, you know, Android or Apple, any of them, without accepting their agreement. And it's like a checking account. Whoever sits down and reads a 12-page agreement on your checking account, but we should, I guess, in these days, because it clearly states in a banking emergency, your money is considered bail-in. That's what it's called, bail-in. Yeah. Well, that they can sell you shares in their bank and literally use your cash at their demand once you deposit.
Yeah.
So everybody says, well, I got FDIC insurance. Well, 20 years ago, it was determined that if in the event of a like a Lehman's event, they could only cover 2% of FDIC deposit. So how, what's 2% of your money going to do for you if it, tomorrow? People gotta be careful. But if we want to play in their field, we got to play their little game.
Well, now that you brought that up, I was going to say, tell everybody. Now I bank with Chase. Now I tried to get into my Chase account Friday or Saturday into my account after all this crap got into it. No, Gold Chick, it does not ring the bag. It won't do anything in the bag. It's dead. No, it's a good bag. Yeah, talking about my Faraday bag. And the bank also loaded an update, and they want me to agree to it before they let me into my accounts online. So I'm going to go down tomorrow, which is Monday, and I'm going to find out what this crap is that they're wanting, because it was quite, on my phone, it's kind of hard to read, and I'm going to make them print it out at the bank, because I'm going to find out what this is, because I don't know what it is they want me to sign or agree to, but I didn't agree to it. I haven't been able to get my bank account since Friday, because Friday was the day, or Thursday night is when or Thursday, sometime Thursday evening, I put all my stuff on hold. You couldn't get into my stuff at all. But what happened was I think you're right, Gold Chick. I think you're right. And so I'm going to go down there, and I'm not going to agree to that. I'll shut my account down so fast. I'm not agreeing to that crap. And so I'll shut it down, because I can manage. But I'm just going to go down there, because for them to lock me out of my own account like that, I got my business account and my other accounts there. That ain't going to work. Yeah.
That's just ask the lady, say, okay, what if I had a family emergency yesterday and I had $5 in my pocket? What are you people doing? Yeah. I would want to know. I would want to know too.
See, that's what we're going to
do. Up to it.
Because I'm going to find it. And what happens tomorrow, I'll make sure everybody here that is here and hear me talk about this, that I will bring it up next week on banking, because I agree with Gold Chick. I think it's about the CBDCs, but I can't prove it because I can't read it all because of my phone. I'm like, I'll just go down there and have them printed out. And so, and that way I can see it. But
yeah, they don't think it's your money. They think it's their money.
Yeah, they want to try. They want to try. So, and
they think that, but they also back it, Nickel. And most people don't know that it's backed in writing. When you signed to agree to that checking account, it's dirty pool, but technically it is their money. As soon as you deposit, that gives them custody of whatever was deposited, either by yourself or anyone else. It's always been that way. And we allow it. Like, we've got to operate. Everyone needs to have cash. You got to live in the modern world. But the risks that are involved, what you think and what it is, are very different. They got the upper hand, then they keep the upper case. They're very careful about that.
I know accounts in the bank, so I don't worry about it. I don't have it, but I know my mom, I tried to transfer $7,000 for her because she had to get a new air conditioning from one account to the other, and that other bank did not want to get rid of that money, and the other bank wanted it, and the other bank didn't, and it's in there now, but it took about 12 days to transfer it.
Isn't that ridiculous? It's crazy.
Barbara missed what happened to my Barbara. I had some information on the banks and all this kind of stuff. We're going to be downloading stuff Friday the 22nd. So before the Friday the 22nd, yes, I am. I am a Tim Allen fan. And so before Friday happened, I shut my computers down on my routers, everything. And so nothing could get in here. And so and my phone was, I put it in a Faraday bag. So my Faraday bag, when I put my phone in there, it's just like it's dead. Even if it was on, it can't receive or get, anything. It just goes completely dead. So, so I left it in there all day Friday, and then Saturday I got my phone out, and I went to open it up and turn the power back on it and everything and bring it back to life. Hey, Sal, how you doing, brother? I brought it back up, and when I brought the power back up, it started downloading the stuff automatically. And I'm with Verizon, so Verizon started downloading this security feature into my phone automatically. Then right after that, I had Chase download something into my account or my phone, and they said if I wanted to know more about this, because they locked me out of my account, if you want to know more about it, I have to say, okay, agree to this, and then I can read more about it. And I said, so I haven't agreed. There's 2 items on there about what they want me to agree, and I wouldn't agree to it. So I'm going in Monday, and I will have them printed out so I can show everybody what they're doing to people. Because one of my coworkers, he got a message, was it Wednesday or Tuesday of last week, that there was going to be downloads into his phone and computers on the 22nd. I got a screenshot of that, and I kept it. And I'm going to email a picture of that to go. So I want to make sure everybody knows and stuff like that, but what they're doing, because if you can't keep this stuff out of your phone, you can't keep it out of your computer, you might as well not even bank on online banking, because they're going to, they're watching everything. And I don't know what all, I got to try and find out what the Verizon loaded into my phone, because when I went in there to check it, I couldn't tell. It just showed a download in my apps, and it was a security. And so I went in there to try and see what it was, but it wouldn't say anything. Hey, Mike, thanks for coming, sir. So what they've done, so I'm trying to figure out what was done, because I don't think there was anything I could do to keep that from being loaded into my phone. I know I kept it out of my computer, and so that they didn't get in there. So I didn't see anything new in my computer. So it's just so far good. So, but I don't leave my computer on. I've changed a few things on my computer settings, and I've changed who I that may be another problem why YouTube doesn't like it, because I changed my browser. They don't like that.
Yeah, and there's people that say, you get a VPN and get this and get that. You hold on, I'm just gonna check. You can. Sorry, I'm gonna mute for a sec, Rock.
Okay.
How about did you go to DuckDuckGo? Is that what your browser is now?
Yep, I went to DuckDuckGo, and I also have Brave for my backup. And so I deleted Google totally. So they don't like me going through, because I had to change a lot of settings when I went into DuckDuckGo, and they wouldn't. A lot of my passwords wouldn't work anymore on my computer, so I had to reset everything. So it was a pain to get it switched over, but I highly recommend doing it and to get away. But they are trying their very best to get into every crevice that we do. And I will put a link to what I'm talking about in there, and I'm going to describe the link. It'll be the only link I put in hey there, Jim. How you doing? Thank you for coming, brother. It'll be the only link that I will put in my live stream. So I'll have to figure out what I'm going to label it, because I think there will be an emergency broadcast test on. Yes, that's right.
I'm going to guess that, like some in the chat were saying, that it could very well be to do with the CBDC, or that that Fed now with the $600 limits, they may be asking you to agree to, if you're going to spend more than $600, that you pre-notify them or something stupid like that, because that's what they're working up to, in my opinion. They're going to try. I don't know if they're going to get away with it, Rocky. I don't know anymore. I hear two sides. I hear men of optimism and people that say that they'll stand up, but I don't know anymore. We're only shooting piss in the wind most days, guessing what they're going to try to get away with. Look what they've already done and gotten away with. It's horrendous.
Yeah, Sal just said that they're prepping for CBDC, and they probably are. So
he could be right. He could be very well right, because they're going to make a big to-do. When's the last time that something like that happened, that your bank is making such big changes that they locked your account up? They've never done that, have they? They haven't done it to us yet here in Canada, but I'll suspect it's coming.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that they did to me last week. I paid some bills, and I went in and made a cash deposit at Chase. And they did not give me credit for it. I was watching it really close to see what they did, and I had my so that's another thing I'm going to talk to them tomorrow about, why they held my cash deposit up. Because
somebody can't count. Somebody had to verify that you handed over American currency right at the point of transaction. So why couldn't that person go and cue that into your account as in the green?
Yep.
Like it always was. Like it was since we were kids. Big change.
Exactly. So what I'm saying, I don't know what it was, but two of my checks, they said bounced. It's really funny how they did this. They said two of my checks bounced, because I still do long checks and mail out checks, but the bank didn't charge me any NFS fees for it.
Oh, that's them then.
Isn't that funny? And
yeah,
so
it's them.
What I did is went back to my vendors that one of them was my electric bill, and I sent them. Okay, I appreciate that, Mr. Hubby. I'll check. Oh, is that? See, Mr. Chubby Hubby says that DuckDuckGo is not what they used to say they were. Did they get bought out, I wonder?
Yeah, they're deep state too. Now that happened quite a while ago.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
They're not who they say they are. They may have been in the beginning, but they got bought out. They're like the Howard Stern of browsers.
Exactly. Well, you know what? Salivate Metal is on here, and he agreed. You want to come up, Sal? I agree with you. Let's go, Brandon. So, well,
I use DuckDuckGo sometimes, but I don't have it as my main browser.
It's hard, Nickel, to completely separate from Google. I've tried before. Google is tied to so many things. You end up with so many errors, so many pages you can't read. You get frustrated. You have to go back to it. That's what I found.
Yeah, they're about a monopoly.
Yeah, they own
really
it all.
They're bad as Microsoft. And you know what? Also, too, I was going to tell you, I also got a bunch of stuff when I did turn my computer back on, but I haven't let it. Microsoft sent me all kinds of security stuff to download my computer, but I haven't let it in there yet.
They all hold hands.
Yeah, it's all piling up because they sent me some more, and I won't let it in there. So I've been trying to do that, but yeah, Microsoft probably in it too. So they're all in cahoots.
Yeah, they're the ones that go to the meetings every year in Davos, and they do their underground planning that they've been doing for years. And we're a bunch of plebes. We're the population, the useless eaters. That's how we're viewed. Anyone that makes under $1 million a year is not even counted as a human.
Yeah, that's for sure. Mr. Salivate Metal is in the house. Thank you for coming, Sal.
Thank you. There's the trifecta of what's bringing the country down. You know what that is? The three things that are bringing the country down, that are moving us to a socialist state. We're already a socialist state, but it's the progressive Marxist state that we're rapidly descending into at a pace that is unprecedented. It takes my breath away. Number one, the education system in this country has been bastardized for years. We're now seeing the results of it with all of this pushing this LGBTQ stuff on our children. Is absolutely abhorrent, and it should appall every single American, no matter what your political stripe is. But sadly, the Democrats fall for that crap, and they're endorsing it now. And so there's that. That's number one, the education system. Number two, the corporate media. The media is in bed with the Democrats,
Yes, they are.
and it is a horrible thing. And that's been the case forever and a day too. It's just gotten worse. We're seeing the results of what's been happening since they've taken over the universities and the education system of this country. We need to completely gut the Department of Education. They don't educate a single soul. It's one big teachers unions. And we know about what unions do. All the unions do is they charge the employees this massive fee instead of giving them the money. They take the money. The unions are not for the workers, they're about empowering themselves. And so there's that. The third thing is the administrative state. The administrative state is an absolute disaster, but it is an effective disaster because what is it doing? It's destroying the country. They are effective in destroying the country from where we were founded. What were we founded upon? We were founded, as Nickel Stacking said in my live stream, it's not political to be for the Constitution. It shouldn't be political to be for the Constitution. If you are for the Constitution, then I'm with you, no matter how you feel, no matter if you're liberal, conservative, Green Party. If you're for the Constitution, then I'm for you. But it's about interpreting the Constitution for what it is. What does the Constitution do? It limits the power of the government. It gives specific powers to the executive, to the legislative, and the judicial branches. It defines what they are, and they're very limited. And the only thing that limits it more is the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights is about tamping down government. Thou shalt not infringe. Thou shalt the free expression of the people, and that's just it. But those three things are what are bringing this country down.
And they don't fear the people anymore, Sal. They have no fear of the people anymore. They've been ruling the roost so long. They've got they're the big cocks standing on the roost and ruling over the other plebes. And until the Constitution is followed by the people, I won't get into the act or order, but it won't change until that happens, I'm afraid. The people have the power to bring it back.
It should be the people. And that's why the populist movement is so powerful. Now, populist movements can be scary because essentially that's kind of evolving around kind of like a democratic sphere, which democracy can be a scary thing too, by the way. You don't want a pure democracy. We're not a democracy.
Oh, no, you want the republic.
You want the republic, a constitutional republic.
Yep.
Exactly.
Oh God.
Yep. That's very true. I agree with you, Sal, and with all the other stuff, and they have attacked the schools. And before I realized what was really going on, I'd already pulled my kids out of school and gave them an education at home. So my kids had a good foundation of what it was like to live in a free society. But now they have, because I wouldn't tolerate that stuff, and it's unbelievable what schools are teaching now. And I agree with you 100% on that. Gold Chick's got a good she says the Fed is owned by JP Chase, JP Stanley, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and Merrill. And I believe you that I believe it.
And they're owned by the 13 ruling class families.
Yep,
the banks themselves are. You get to the source, and I'm a religious man. I believe it goes right back to Satan. The BlackRock Corporation, That's the devil's corp. And they're all owned by them, and they're owned by the ruling class families.
And I think they're
And it's
controlled
been
by the
that way for
government.
200 years. But now they're making their move. That's my opinion. They're just making their move, and we put up with it. And we let them get so far. I hope we can pull it back. That's my hope.
Yeah. And, and the thing is that right now, it's the way that the political classes have shifted. We have become the liberals, and the Democrats have become the establishment. We're the classical liberals now, and the Democrats have become the establishment. I never thought I would think of it, because I've always been considered conservative, which in reality, I'm a civil libertarian for the most part. There were some things that I have some nuanced viewpoints on, but it's kind of strange how things have turned around. But the establishment is really going. When they did their Hail Prydler event in June at the White House, I knew then and there that was so Hitlerian. It was insane. I mean, that literally is something that Goebbels could have cooked up with what they had going on there. It was absolutely disgusting.
It was.
And every fiber of my being was just
the same kind of rhetoric that when the fascist Nazis took in. We're watching it again. It's just it's the same game, different name. Yeah. One thing I want to say, last week in Canada, the Muslim families, they organized it. And there was 1 million people that got on the streets here in Canada in all different cities. And the Christians joined in, every race you can think of. But it was mainly Muslim people doing the speaking and talking, and we let them walk out front. Within 2 hours, the mainstream media started to attacking them, calling them anti-LGBTQ. It was actually, I'm very proud of the Prime Minister, because he just dug a hole 5 feet deeper than it already was.
Yep.
He basically made it. I was happy at the end because I watched Muslims, every race coming together, every religion, and they're all FJT together.
Yep.
And I see changes coming. I just hope it's not too little, too late.
Well, people are getting fed up, And the thing is because we're not against gays. We're not against anybody that has a different sexual orientation.
No.
It's about that they're pushing it on our children and confusing the kids. Once you turn 18, if you want to, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. No one judges anybody. No one looks down upon anybody for whatever their race is, whatever their religion is, whatever their creed is, whatever their sexual orientation is. It's not about that. It's about how they're pushing it on everybody. And that's the difference. It's an agenda. And by the way,
and that's
the whole
tyranny at its finest.
The whole. That's why I'm so fed up with this whole wokeism. Wokeism is essentially political correctness on steroids, and and really it boils down to being anti-whiteism. It's anti-whiteism.
Exactly right.
It's anti-women. It's anti-straight white men, and it does more to divide. Not only does it divide against whites, but there's also divisions that goes against some of the letters in the LGBTQAI. There's actually parts of the agenda of the woke agenda that actually seeks to divide from within itself. That's how bastardized and twisted it's become. It's insane.
Well, Obama, I really believe the racial tension started with him.
Really. You're right, Nickel.
Yep.
You're right.
I agree with you, Nickel.
Yep.
All that stuff that they had up there with the people that the blacks were being killed or something up in there when he first came in there. I can't remember the guy's name, but that's kind
Ferguson
of
is Mike Brown and Ferguson.
Yes. Thank you, Sal. Thank you.
I remember the moment that I watched Oprah Winfrey crying in the audience. And something in my heart told me, we just opened Pandora's box. And I shouldn't have felt that way, because what he was saying, the words that were coming out of his mouth seemed fine. But my heart was right there and then. It told me we just opened Pandora's box, and
Well,
here we
and the
are.
thing is this
Here we are.
Michael Brown situation. The reason why that's such an important part of history is it happened in Ferguson, Missouri, and that's when all the riots started, and that was the beginning of the Black Lives Matter movement. The Black
Was
Lives
it?
Matter movement was
Oh,
founded upon an actual lie that was admitted to by the Democrat prosecutor, came out and said that no, he did not say hands up, don't shoot. He attacked the officer, Daniel Wilson, who Daniel Wilson now nobody knows where he is
right.
because he's in a WITSEC program. His life has been destroyed because of this.
Yep.
His life, and he was protecting himself because the guy was a huge guy, and he was attacking him, going for his gun. And what else was he to do? He had to shoot him, and he did the exact right thing to do, and he was totally exonerated, totally and completely exonerated, just like Trump was totally exonerated from the Russia collusion scandal, by the way.
Yep.
That just goes to show you what's going on in this country. So you have this Black Lives Movement founded upon this one instance and founded upon a lie. And what did we find out about Black Lives Matter? What did they do? They extorted money from people and spent it on mansions. And
They did.
yep, totally.
Oh yeah.
And the media lets them get away with it. They don't question them. They don't go. That's why there's a divide in this country. As Sarah Huckabee Sanders once said, it's not about Republicans versus Democrats. It's now about against sanity versus the crazies.
Good versus evil, Sal. It's good versus evil, brother.
Yep.
And you remember did you remember the media showed a picture of this guy, that the Missouri incident? They showed a picture of this guy like when he was a 5th grade or 6th grade. And I'm going, this guy was like 6 foot plus, huge guy.
Exactly. That's right. That's how they like to do it. They switch it. They twist they twist the truth. And just like they did for Trump, it's all so plain to see for somebody who has eyes to see, somebody who's intellectually honest that can see what's going on, no matter what political stripe you are. That's why you're seeing people like Bill Maher. He's seen what's happening in this country, and that's why he's really not changed his views. It's just that the left has goes so crazy. And really, honestly, as Dale Val says, we got to call evil for what it is. It literally is evil.
Yep.
And that's what's going on. Yep.
So the ones that come back, the ones that come back, I see them every day because I watch for them. They'll go for years through that agenda, and then they'll completely. I'll give you an example, like that kid Bieber, Hollywood actors,
Justin Bieber,
and Mel Gibson. Over the years, they saw the truth, and that's literally their soul speaking. That's what I believe. Their soul speaking to them. You're not actually buying this, are you? And then they start to wake up. And the ones I respect the most are the ones that stand. They have an audience that big, and they stand up for what's right and say what's right. And I have a lot of admiration for those that do that.
Yep. It's pretty brave to do it in Hollywood. I mean,
yes, it is.
You have John Voight in Hollywood. You got
I
Woods,
love John.
Woods. I forget his first name. Woods is his last name. There's others. I mean, even people like Morgan Freeman used to get it. I don't know as much anymore, but he said, and Denzel Washington also gets it. Denzel Washington is rejecting the wokeness as well. Highly respected actor, really good guy. And so, it's good to see some people waking up.
Like if you had millions of dollars anyway, if any of these guys could easily have, I'd be underestimated. Say they got 10 million in the bank. You could live 3 lifetimes on that, just on the end.
Right.
Why wouldn't you speak up? If you call yourself a Christian and you call yourself a man of people and you admire your fans, if you don't speak up and you're holding that in your heart for more money than you already need, you're going to hell.
Well, some of them don't want to be targets. Some of them don't want to be targets. I think that's probably one of the things. They don't want to cause controversy.
Yeah, I suppose it's a
thing. You can have a lot of money.
Get blacklisted. They'll get blacklisted. They know it.
Yeah. Well, and they may not mind being blacklisted, but that's just the sad reality we live in, right? you will get blacklisted. You'll get targeted. You will get death threats.
Cancel.
You'll be attacked by the media. You'll get attacked by, the politicians. You'll get attacked by the 3-letter agencies if you speak out. That's the world we live in today. This is why it literally has become, it's becoming like brown shirts. It's becoming like Nazi Germany, 1930s.
Yeah.
That's where we're headed. If you don't toe the line at LGBTQ and the left and every single thing that they believe, you are a racist, you're a bigot, you're a homophobe, and you are less, and you will be, look up now. They've hired 30,000, or they want to hire 87,000 IRS employees, some of which will be agents.
Armed.
Yeah, some of them will be armed as well too. And and I don't know. It's just it's really scary what we're living through right now in this present time. And
did you hear that they bought? I can't remember. I think it was 7 or 8 million rounds for the IRS. The ammunition for their budget for 7 or 8 million rounds of. I think it was like NATO rounds.
Yeah.
They
well, we all know what those are used for. They have one purpose.
Right. And in 2014, the Social Security Administration bought thousands of rounds as well, too, under Obama.
Yeah, that's true. Sal, I wanted to tell you one thing before I forget to tell you, Benjer. When I first opened my stream, I had a different title on it. And do you know that YouTube would not let that title out? I had to change the title before I could live stream.
Okay, I saw one. I thought one for like 6 minutes, and then I thought it was just a technical thing. But yeah, I see you've got it spelled there differently.
Exactly.
He used the phrase that was also attached to one of their documents. That was originally a top secret document, but it got declassified. Correct, Rocky?
Correct.
So their system, anything that has a classified document attached to a name, the system, the system itself will pick it up and flag it.
Yeah. And what the main pages you need to read on that is like 9, 10, 11, and 12, maybe 13 in there. Read those pages right there.
All right. Yeah. Because I skimmed through some of it. I'd heard about some of that, but it's I don't know. I saw a video of something like that happening too. But with videos and stuff these days, everything can be kind of fake so easily.
Oh, yeah.
And it made me wonder. That's just it. We're now, not only do we have all that stuff we've talked about earlier, but we also have deep fakes that are starting to manifest themselves now too.
It wasn't crazy enough. Now we got to deal with that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, so Sal, I saw this on a couple of other channels. That the same thing. And that was on there last Thursday, and I was watching what they were saying. They weren't reading it right, and they were being careful what they were saying, but they gave links to it, and that's what I'm going to do so everybody can read it, because this document for 1954 talking about it's great to see you, C4. Yes, there's a lot of information when you read that. A document from 1954 talking about weapons and computers. That was just getting started. And that's why I said those pages that I named off are very important to read and kind of give you an idea of what they've been planning since 1950. That was before I was born,
Right.
Yeah. They've been doing it since we were babies.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. I was only I was only in my mid-20s at that time, so I wasn't paying attention to much then.
No.
I was all about trying to find the Back to the Future skateboard back now.
Yeah, the back seat of a 36 Chevy.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. Exactly. That's right. Oh boy!
You know what? JM Unleashed has got one that says Rocky needs a Fed Never emoji. That is a good idea.
There you go. Yeah, that's it.
And I have, JM, I'm trying to get to 500 because you got to have 500 subs to have a community page now.
Oh, okay.
They've stopped all that. They have changed it so much. It's unbelievable. It's really they're making
I'll
it
try to
hard.
remember to shout you out more in the lives. Try to see if we can get you
I
up
would
there.
appreciate it, Sal.
Yeah,
I'd
get
at least get up
500.
to 500 so I can do have a community page and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I don't care about being monetized, but I'd like to be able to put more, because I can do shorts and stuff on my phone now and stuff like that. But I'd like to have a community page, and I can't do anything on a community page.
I love my community page.
I need to make more use out of mine. I don't use mine as much as I should either.
How many subs you got, Nickel?
409.
Nice.
See, you got more than I do, so that may be it, because they said I had to have 500 before I got my community page.
Well, I heard 400, and then or you can go to them directly and request it. I hear sometimes they'll give it to you, but I heard you had to get to 400 if you had an older account. You had to get 400 to get it. But I don't know. I started over, so I was new, so I got it because I was new again.
That would be great. Yeah, because I wanted to read some of the stuff on here, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. I think I'm just going to put a link in the stream about this and let everybody, everybody in the stream right now, if you go to 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, read those few pages, because this thing's like 50 pages long. There's quite a bit to read. And so it'll get the gist of everything.
It's authentic too. I believe it's authentic. And if it was a fake doc, it was very well put together, because they use all the government jargon. They got all the phrases, sub phrases, quotes, references. It's a professional doc. So
yes, and if you look about it, I mean, some of the things that they were talking about, I didn't even know they had in 1954. You know.
It's longer than I thought. You know, the part that shocked me is when the word was literally stated in a government document that this was ordered by Amstel Rothschild.
I know. That really
ordered.
shocked me.
So what you just confessed there to me, if I say he ordered me to do it, that means I work for you. I bow to you.
Yeah.
So the U.S. government, our supposed electric government, takes orders from the Rothschild. That's exactly what it said. Read that part. I think that was about page 4.
Well, Dale, in 1913, the Rothschilds and some central banks are the ones that bought the federal bank. That is when everything changed, and that's when
those families have owned everything since the time of Napoleon, if not further back. We don't know. There's many that theorize that these families have been in control since the time of Christ. So, who knows?
There's a lot on there. And when I put that link out there, I think I'm going to make sure that I don't label that link with anything on there that they'll throw anything up to the algorithm. It's going to be pretty vague. So like I couldn't believe they wouldn't let me with that what I said in my
that's going to get worse.
Yeah,
have you guys ever been banned from commenting for 24 hours? Anyone?
I got a strike, and they took one of my streams down.
Yeah,
I got a strike.
Yeah,
I've
been banned. Like it says you have been suspected of cyberbullying or something like that. They'll have an excuse, and then it'll say, "Got it." And you have to press "got it," or you can't be on YouTube no more. And then they'll knock you out for 24 hours. You can't comment. Do you know what I said just before that? I said, this woman, Teresa Tam, she's a Canadian medical coordinator. She's on TV the other day. She's got a mask on. It's so big, it hides her whole lower neck. And all you see is her beady little eyes and her frizzed out hair. And I said she likes that mask because it makes her look like a little boy. So how is that cyberbullying? Honestly.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like what they were talking about me when that one of the video they took down said I was giving them medical advice. I didn't give anybody any medical advice.
Yeah, I hit that strike once too, a couple years, and that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that I gave medical advice. I was talking about a homemade antiviral tincture.
I will show you one thing that I got.
All right, guys, I got to head out of here. But hey, good talking with you guys and hearing
Nice
what everybody
seeing
has
you,
to
Sal.
say.
Hey,
Appreciate you
Sal,
guys.
thank you very much for coming in here and chatting with us. I appreciate it.
And your
Thank
three
you.
points were excellent. I couldn't say it better myself. I can say amen to
Yeah.
that.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah.
sir. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Well, you
thank
You're
you.
the
I appreciate
spokesman
it.
now, Sal. We're going to send you in. We'll be right behind you. You're going in.
all right. Thank you, brother.
Exactly.
You'll have a good evening. Thank you. Take care.
Good night, Sal.
Good night, Sal. Take care.
That's a good book, Rocky. It's good to have one of those in hard copy. I think everyone should.
Yep, exactly. I thought about that. I bought that last week, and I thought, you know what? I'm not a doctor, but I'm gonna get that so I can do stuff on my own. So
Yeah, that's smart, Rocky. I'm going to put my camera on. I'm going to show you guys my little laboratory and my little library.
Did 79 says delete your channel?
I know she's after me, and I love you, 79. Come on, be my friend. Be my friend, 79.
Yes, sir. Rocky, can you see that okay?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
These are all herbal and forest medicine. That's just a look in one of my cabinets.
Oh wow.
I'm a prepper and I'm stocked and I'm trained
You're
medical.
stocked up, brother.
Like I think in emergency field medicine, I could do quite a bit. I could do enough to probably pull somebody out of the worst, other than possibly removing an organ. I don't know if I'm capable of that.
Well,
If I had
you know
some
what,
assistance,
Dale?
maybe.
What got
Yep.
me into that book was the simple fact is the government has passed that they're taking over-the-counter medicines off the shelf from us. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
And that
They have
bothered me
been.
right there.
They have been for 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
There's certain items that I had to stock up on because Amazon stopped selling it. Then you got the word through the conspiracy theories, and then 2 weeks later it happened.
Yep, exactly.
So the difference between a conspiracy theory and the factual truth is about 2 weeks, to my recollection.
Yep, exactly. I agree.
Yeah, ivermectin. It's hard. You got to get it through a pet store now.
Yeah,
Are you
I
kidding me?
did got some that was medical grade. I got it a couple of years. Well, when the Wu flu started, I got it. I never had to use it, but I'm prepared if somebody I love gets it and are willing to use the medicine that works. I swear I better slow down. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
79 is wanting some. She's wanting some mushrooms, and she wants something to make her laugh, and some uppers and screamers. So
I got some of them. Yeah, I got some magic mushrooms back there.
We're gonna mix you up a little "I love you" 79 package, and we'll send it to you so you can have all your smiles on.
Which I'll send her a mirror. That'll make her laugh.
Did you hear that? Nickel said he's going to send you a mirror. Oh, Lord. Oh. She says she's laughing and crying at the same time. Yeah. She need. Oh, Lord. That is good. Oh, Lordy. That is good. I like that. That is really good.
You know, remember when I told you about NAC?
Yep.
And it's acetyl. That's getting harder and harder to get.
I know it took me forever to get my second.
Yeah.
I just ordered some more, and it took forever to get it.
So I talked to my medical doctor the last time I said about 3 months ago, and he was giving me shit. He goes, "I need your blood test," and because I was behind on blood tests, and I haven't seen him since the Wu flu. Like we in Canada, we still haven't done office visits, and you basically go on my word of how my health is. And what can you determine over a telephone if I can't look you in the eye, or I can't witness your body movements? That's not doctoring.
Nope,
You
it's not.
can't diagnose over the phone. You can try, but it's like shooting dice.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I said that to him. I said, "Hey, you're pretty eager to get my blood. When am I going to come in and see you?" He said, "Well, we still haven't been doing office visits." And I said, I heard that, but I'm asking you, when do you want to see me? Because I have some, I believe are just natural tremors in my left hand, but I'd like to get evaluated further. And he avoided my question twice. And so I thought, okay, well, while I got him on a phone, I said, N-acetylcysteine. He says, yeah, what about it? He said, it's used in emergency care mainly. And I said, people take it as a supplement. They have for 100 years. And he said, yeah. And I said, well, I've been using it for 20 years. And I don't think I'd probably be here without it. And he goes, well, what's the problem? I said, if they take it off the market, I want you to script it to me. He said, well, we'll talk about that if it happens.
Wow.
So he's agreeable. He's a pretty good guy. He's a young guy.
So is he gonna give you some type of over the counter or over the Zoom?
No, a prescription for it.
Well, I mean,
because they also use it. They use it in hospitals, and it can be used as an off-label.
Oh,
really,
okay.
what N-acetylcysteine, it boosts your glutathione. Glutathione is our master antioxidant, our master hormone. And when we get old, we don't produce as much. And what he said, or what the literature says, that if you take that, it's the precursor to glutathione. It boosts it in your body, and it really does. It actually works. That's why you don't come down with things when you're on glutathione.
Oh.
And the NAC and the bromelain is another good one. And I also take the natto. Those are my once a day rather, my big three. And if I need something else, like if I'm sitting in the dark for too long, I'll take D3.
Right.
But in the summer, I'm out in the sun every day. I try to get at least 20 minutes, half an hour, even if and if it's cloudy for a week, I'll take vitamin D. I think every man, and magnesium, I think every man and woman over 40 should be supplementing with the quality of food. Yeah. It doesn't cost, everyone says it costs a lot. Well, so do funeral planning. Just take it. Magnesium is a huge one. A bottle of magnesium costs like $15 or $18. And
that's not too bad.
Well, for a big bottle that'll last you 2 months.
That NEC that I bought the last bottle was $30 a bottle.
Oh, you're getting burned. It's too bad. I wish we were in the same country, because I can get it for half that price now.
Wow.
And that's Canadian dollars. So like a third.
What does it cost to ship it down there to me? So is it expensive?
I don't know. Like I'll find out from Canada Post. When is that auction? I want to send you something for the Wounded Warriors too.
It's next month. I think it's November 14th or something like that. I'll make sure that I'll get you the info on it. I can't remember for sure, but it's
I'm going to send you something for that, and I got a gift for you, and I'm going to send you some NAC.
Okay, cool. Yeah, do that. I'll take care of you.
Yeah, you shoot me the address in an email some night.
Okay, I'll do that.
Get that
and I
out.
got some other stuff I want to email you with that I want to put on the page here. So
no, I enjoy that, Rocky. I enjoy talking to you and your camaraderie and Nickel. Like it's nice and JM and some of the people in the chats and have Sal on. I feel better after we have these talks, because all we got anymore is each other, and that's a lot. We have there's a lot of us out here that are like-minded now, and we need each other.
Yeah,
This is
it's a good camaraderie.
getting not good.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. Exactly.
I wish they'd have pulled this when I was 20 and full of piss and vinegar.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. That is for sure. Well, I tell you
But
what, I will tell you what I do know. Chase and Wells Fargo are closing down banks in my town and which is Portland, and they're closing. They're laying off 400 people. Chase is, or
heard
Wells
that.
Fargo is. I don't know the numbers on Chase yet, but they are closing banks here, and so it's just slowly doing it behind the scenes. They're not, there's not much people saying anything about it, but they're yes, Barbara, we got to take our vitamins. Well, I want
And
to
there's
say,
257 banks, and many of the risk lending. When people think that the big banks are the ones that caused, like J.P. Morgan, that caused all the risk lending and the toxic derivatives, but I learned that it's actually the smaller banks and some of the credit unions that picked up those liabilities, so that they were basically answering to the big guys. The big guys cushioned it, the fall for themselves. That's what they do. They cushion themselves to fall onto the public or onto smaller entities. The bigger you are, apparently, according to them, the bigger you are, the softer you land. But I've got a feeling that either God or the people are going to pull your mattress out and you're going to hit the floor face first.
it's exactly.
And I'm banking on that.
And that's why I said after tomorrow, I'm going to go down to Chase tomorrow and find out what's going on and get copies of stuff. And and so I'm not agreeing to anything over my phone. I'm going to go down there and talk to them.
No, that's stupid.
Yeah, it is. And so I'm going to find out exactly. And I will bring it up on my next live stream more and stuff like this. So I'm going to shut this thing down tonight. It's 6:00, and I will shut it down. And everybody, I want to thank you for coming. And I'll double up on the giveaways next weekend. And so, thank you for everybody coming. I hope y'all liked it. I hope this was I thought it was a pretty good subject to talk about. So everybody, thank you for coming. I will end this, and we all come back and see me now, and we'll have another one. Talk to y'all later. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good night, guys.
Good night.